Hi, seventh grade. So today we're going to be looking at the white book, page 188. It's been a day. I'm trying to get this done before I go to bed tonight, and none of the videos worked today. So I'm hoping that this will be processed by the morning. So that being said, please forgive me if I make any stupid, silly math errors. Okay. So we're on White Book, page 188. Mr. Thomas brings $100 to a fundraiser. He wants to leave the event with at least $50 in his pockets. So guess at the fundraiser, buy raffle tickets for several different prizes. Each raffle ticket costs $250. How many raffle tickets can he buy and still leave with that $50 in his pocket? So that at least is telling us that now we are writing two-step inequalities from word problems. And I mean, nothing big about that. You just have to understand what you're reading. So I'm going to utilize my equation editor so I can get the correct symbols up in here. So he has $100 and he wants to leave with at least $50 in his pocket. And so that's going to be greater than or equal to 50. If he leaves with $51, he's happy. If he leaves with $50, he's happy. If he leaves with $100, he's happy. If he finds $20 on the floor, well, we're not going to talk about that because that doesn't fit into the math. So he had $100. He wants to have at least 50 at the end of the night, but he's going to buy stuff. He's going to buy raffle tickets. How many? I don't know. But he's going to buy them for $250 a piece. And so I'm going to put T for tickets there. So this is my setup. And so now I'm going to show you how good I am at typing and the math stuff. And we're going to continue with this. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to get rid of the single number, right? The constant, the flatbed, whatever you want to call it. So we are going to subtract 100 from each side. And so that's going to give us, let's see, I can't point and just have that do, but that's going to give us a slash right here. And that's going to go away. And now we're going to have negative 2.5 t is greater than or equal to negative 50. Because 50 minus 100 is negative 50. We started up here at 50 feet, and then we drilled down 100 feet, and so now we're down here at negative 50. And then we're going to divide by the number touching x. In this case, that is negative 2.5. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I was going to type this. So we have negative 2.5t on this side, and we're going to divide that by negative 2.5. On so many of your quizzes and stuff, I have seen you guys write or try to divide by 2.5t. And it's like, no, leave the letter alone. We're trying to get the letter alone. Quit putting it on the bottom because that means you're going to get rid of it. So just please stop doing that. That's horrible. It's a bad habit to be in, I should say, I guess. Negative 2.5 again. All right. So we're dividing both sides by that negative 2.5. And so that means on this side we're going to have our t. And since we divided by a negative, this bottom number was negative, we have to flip that sign. Yeah, that's right. I went there. So now we're going to flip the sign, and negative 50 divided by negative 2.5 is going to be positive 20. And so he can buy up to and including 20 tickets. Remember, statute, anytime you are asked a full sentence question with like word problems and stuff, you need to write a whole sentence as your answer. Okay. So we're just going to do page 188 and I think 180 or 190. Yeah, we're not going to go too terribly far. Okay, so 191, these two questions you're going to do on your own, and those two questions really are just an extension of each other. So there we go. We're going to make this come up here. There we go. Chang has at most $60 to spend on socks and sneakers. He finds a pair of sneakers that he really likes for $36. If socks are $3 per pair, how many pairs of socks could he buy? Now, there's a couple of different inequalities that we could set this up with. You know, if he has $60 and he spends $3 per pair, he needs to have at least $36 left. Or we could think about it that he has at most $60 to spend. That means that everything else that he spends is going to have to be less than or equal to $60. And what he's spending is $3 for each pair of socks. And you guys know how I feel about S as a variable, but you know, it's typing, so it's neat. So I'm not too terribly concerned about that. And he wants that $36 pair of shoes. And I like little positive numbers, so this is the inequality that I would set up. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to move our constant, so we need to get rid of it from both sides. There we go. That's about as good as I can make it work. And so that means that we're going to have left over 3s is less than or equal to 60 minus 36. Somebody help me. You're not here. Oh my gosh. Who's going to help me? Guys, I can't math. It's like this facade. I just pretend I know what I'm doing all the time. Okay. All right. Maybe not, but addition and subtraction, not my favorite part of math. I like the letters and I like the geometry, and yeah, that's the stuff that I'm into. This whole 60 minus 36, I probably could just check it on my calculator, right? But I'm pretty sure it's 24, so we're going to go with that. All right, I should probably click it back on. 24, there we go. And so then we divide by the number touching S in this case, and so that's going to be 3s divided by 3, and that's going to be less than or equal to 24 divided by 3. And that means that S is less than or equal to 8. Now, all this week you've been practicing graphing along with your solving here. And I'm not really entirely sure how to do that on Google Word docs, whatever. But I did steal this snap from the book. And so here it says, okay, they used P as in pair of socks. The inequality P is less than or equal to 8 means that all values less than or equal to 8. However, can we buy 3.25 pairs of socks? And every class I have someone, yeah, you totally could. Or yeah, you can buy a single sock. And it's like, okay, yeah, but no. That's not how things are done. That's not how things are done. And so realistically, and tempering your math with common sense, with social convention, that is what we have to do, because just knowing any number less than 8, like, negative 1 million, he could buy negative 1 million pairs of socks. No, he couldn't. You can't buy negative pairs of socks. So, pardon me. So that's tempering here your answer with what actually makes sense in the real world. So you can't buy a fraction of a pair of socks, and you can't buy negative numbers of a pair of socks. Can you buy no socks? Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I don't have any socks. Okay, I'm not buying any socks. I have socks, but I'm not buying any right now. Or I could buy 1 pair of socks. Or I could buy 2 pairs of socks. Or I could buy 7 pairs of socks, but I can't buy 6.5 pairs of socks. So that right there, these are a discrete function of, or well, I guess this is a discrete set of numbers. It's specifically between 0 and 8, the whole numbers, because you can't buy a fraction of a pair of socks. Okay, I'm going to get off that horse. So let's move on to page 191. Oh, hey, look, we're just about done. Okay, great. So students at the garden club are planting a spring flower garden in the town square. They've already spent $80 of the $200 budget. Write and solve inequality to show how many $30 packs of bulbs that they can buy. And then, from that same problem, you're going to draw a number line and graph the solution set. So I'm going to give you a minute here because you have your book in front of you, because you took it home, except for the one that's sitting on my yellow table in the back row. It's a practice and problem solving book, so at least you have your white book with you. Ouch, my tailbone. Okay. So, now that you've had a moment, or if you need another, pause the video. And here we go. All right, so let's set this up. They've already spent $80 of the $200 budget. If you know anything about budgets, they're very firm, inflexible, and if you go over your budget, somebody is going to get fired. So it's less than or equal to 200. That is their absolute max. If they go over that, it's big trouble. Oh dear, there we go. They've already spent 80 of that. Well, that's good, but they also want to buy bulbs, and those are $30 per pack. And so that would be our setup, something along these lines. Okay, so then we're going to solve. We're going to subtract 80 from both sides. There we go. And then that's going to be, where are you? Okay. 30p is less than or equal to 120. And then we're going to divide both sides. Wrong. Sorry, gotta go to the next line. We're going to divide both sides by 30, not 30p, just 30. Leave the variable alone because we're trying to get that one alone. We're trying to isolate that variable. And so on the other side, 120 divided by 30. And then that means that p, oh dang, I did it. P is going to be less than or equal to 4 packs. So they can buy at most 4 packs of bulbs. All right. And if we were to graph this one again, it would again be a discrete set of points. They can buy none. They can buy 1. They can buy 2. They could buy 3, or they could buy 4 packs of bulbs. Tomorrow we're going to be in the book again, and tomorrow we're going to see, oh, pardon me. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. Tomorrow we are going to see some real-life contextual situations in which you can have that whole complete shaded in line. When we do these just with the math, it's always going to be shaded in because there's no context there. There's no situation that we need to temper our mathematics with to make sense in the real world, because it's just an inequality and it's pure abstraction. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now, and I'm gonna post this video. And guys, if you ever have any questions, please make sure that you reach out. What I want you to do, there's an attachment here that tells you what to do as far as the homework stuff. So, actually, no, sorry. I'm thinking of completely the wrong class. I just want you to do this part right here, and then tomorrow we'll do more in the textbook. So no homework tonight. Just make sure that you watch this video, which of course you are if I told you that. So I'm going to, check mark the box that you have watched the video, and that is how you complete your assignment today. Okay, good night, guys, and again, reach out to me if you ever have any questions. Bye-bye.